Good morning. Uh, One last word with you all before I officially sign off and post your grades. I want to say thanks to you all for the level of serious and thoughtful engagement you brought to this class. Every time I teach, I put that in air quotes, every time I teach an online 310, I'm impressed by the students in their engagement, but this time especially so. It seems to me that you all worked really hard with some passionate commitment, which I think was explained by your comments on the final takeaway assignment when so many of you expressed appreciation for the opportunity to do this often difficult, always important, hard to find time for personal work. Thank you for trusting me with your stories and your questions. One of my favorite quotations by the German poet Rainer Maria Rilke, which I'll paraphrase, comes from a little book he wrote entitled Letters to a Young Poet. He encourages all to learn to live. That's a mistake. Let me start again. Learn to love the questions and live into the answers. Learn to love the questions and live into the answers. The older I get, the more I understand that it is the questions that matter. And that if I pay attention to those questions in the context of the dailiness of my life, I'll find answers, aka truth, for my life. So I encourage you to continue to live with these questions, understanding that today's answers will not always make sense tomorrow, and that growth will take place. A new insight, new understanding will emerge. I can almost guarantee that if you love the questions and pay attention. Even for those of you who have staked out a deep faith commitment to a belief system or to a person, will discover that your faith understandings that were meaningful, important, in one period of your life will need to grow and change in order to make those understandings continue to have meaning as the circumstances of your lives change. You've already discovered that. I know that because of what you've written for me to read. Well, enough of the sermon. I could go on for a while on that. It's one of my favorite topics. Perhaps we'll bump into each other again in another course one day. That would be good. And please, if you haven't already, take the time to go to week 5 on Moodle and complete the course evaluation, the EOCE, end of course evaluation. It's important for the ongoing development of the online ADP program, but it's also important for me as I continue to explore what it means to teach online. Thank you. Blessings. Thank you, and farewell.